Howdy, test. Let me make sure it works. I literally just got up and to get something, and all my crap just got unplugged, and I had to plug it in real quick. That's why I was about 30 seconds late. I would help if I got over to the comment section to even see if y'all are there. Hello, can you hear me? I'm gonna get some water while I'm waiting on y'all. Just a sec. What in the world keeps happening? Dorian Mabry, Addison, hi, Mimi, or Mimir, Blitzkrieg 498, Dave Land, Louvie, Mimir. Good day to y'all. Hi, Wicca. How is everybody? I've gotten up twice since I've started, and hello, Sarah Jane, and my screen just wigs out. I don't know what it's doing. It's driving me bonkers. I really wished before I left Okeechobee I would have grabbed my boom mic thing. I think I actually have the boom mic. I just didn't bring the screw thing to put it to the table. So, hi, how are y'all? Yes, today I'm going to be talking about my diet and how I got this sexy ass body that I'm growing. I know that just pisses so many of my haters off when I talk about myself like that, but that's just who I am. Mazerman 8, Cecilia B. How is everybody? I'm getting a lot of questions about what I do. What have I done? Caleb, what have you done? What kind of diet do you have? What kind of exercise do you do? You know what? That's what's bugging me. I didn't start my little background music. I'm used to having the background music. That's what it is. Where is that? It's called night driving. I feel like me again. You ate so much chocolate over Christmas, Sarah Jane. Well, I've got good news for you. In my humble opinion, chocolate is not bad for you, and sugar is not bad for you. What is bad for you is if that's all you eat. If all you eat is sugar and oil and carbs, and you don't do anything, you're going to swell up like Shamu. And for the longest time, I have been confused about nutrition. And before I really get started in this, I guess, in this woke ass society we live in now, I have to make this disclaimer. I am not a nutritionist. I am not a doctor. I am not a psychologist. I just happen to be a guy who's 45 years old, who's packed, in my opinion, about 100 years of living into this sexy body that I'm wearing now. What I'm going to be talking about as far as my diet, it's really simple and it works for me. But the thing is, human beings, especially in modern times, just love to argue about everything. And what I am going to say works for me may not work for you. And that's okay. What works for you may not work for me. And you know what? That's okay too, by golly. Because what I eat is real simple. I eat meat, I eat beef, I eat chicken. I don't eat a lot of alligator. I guess occasionally I will, but it's really oily. I have tried the vegan diet. I tried that about, hello, Faye Teeter. Hadn't seen you in a while. I did try I can maintain about a 95% vegan diet for about 10 months. And I've learned that it's just not for me. But if you're a vegan, by all means, go be vegan. I mean, it's a shame that so many loudmouth, obnoxious vegans have just ruined it for everybody else. The vegans who just kind of mind their own damn business. It's kind of like spiritual people. You get a bunch of religious nut jobs who just go banging on pulpits and knocking on your fucking doors and trying to beat their God into your head, and it just gets annoying. So I'm not here to beat into your head what I do. I'm just here to talk about what worked for me, what I do, what I did. I've Most of my life I was always average size, medium. I never was really big. I'm 6 foot tall. High school, I think I was probably around 165 pounds when I graduated. Um, Through the years, as I went through the bullshit family courts and started using booze mistakenly and horribly to cure my depression, especially once I quit. I'm about 30 months sober now, ish, 29, 30, something like that. August 21st of 2000. That's when I quit drinking. When the rest of the world started drinking because of the bullshit lockdowns, yours truly decided to get clean and sober. And that's what I did. But after I did, I had this preconceived idea that just as soon as I quit drinking, I was just going to magically lose all this. I had a beer belly, by golly. After all, I didn't drink beer much. I mean, I have drank beer, a lot of beer in my life, but towards the end, when I was getting sick and fat and gross, I was my choice of poison was rot gut vodka. I used because it was cheap. I was broke, and I could buy a big old handle of it for like, I don't know, 10, 12 bucks. And in the beginning, one of them big handles would last me a week. And then it got to the point where that big old handle might last me a couple days. But it's cheap. But it was killing me. But anyways, once I decided to quit drinking, I just had this weird preconceived idea that it would just kind of fall off of me. And that when you get my age, I'm 45, it just doesn't work like that. Or it didn't for me. So I ballooned up to about 221 pounds. I've got a video on my channel back in August 21st of, well, now it's the year before last, 2021. It's weird we're in 2023. Already, dang. But I'm August 21st, which was my 1 year of being of sobriety. I've got a video posted on this channel where I'm standing in the mirror in a little hotel down near the Woodlands in Texas, seeing the cheer-ins, and I'm standing in my underwear showing my big fat gut. And I wasn't flexing it at all. I was just relaxed. This is me, and I was bearing it all, and what I was doing was I was holding myself accountable. Blaine is the one who came to live with me first. And Hayden's the one that day, whenever I made that video, he's the one that said, "Hey, Dad, come on, pick me up." Said, "Let's go work out." It's like, I haven't worked out since I was like 18 years old. I was 42 or 43. Yeah, 43 at the time. I didn't really know how to work out. I didn't know things at the gym. Gyms intimidated me. And I think gyms intimidate a lot of people. And that's kind of a shame. And well, that's a different topic. I'll get on that in a bit, or maybe later. But Blaine, when he came to live with me, I was in my sailboat, literally out at anchor. I went and picked the boy up in my dinghy. He got on a bus and rode like 30 hours just to move in with me. And when I saw him, I was just good to see him, but he was just, he was just jacked. He was 18 years old. And he was jacked, like jacked. And it was just amazing to hug him there at the dock there in Fort Pierce, Florida. And we got to talking, and he's one of those minds. He's a lot more advanced than me than I was. I've always been a slow learner. I catch up eventually, and usually once I catch up really, really fast. And I exceed anybody else that, just started with me in whatever task we're learning or whatever. But Blaine he's not like that. He's different. He picks up things. He's real street smart, and he picks up things. Actually, all my kids are a lot more street smart than I was. But anyway, he been obsessed with working out since, he was like little. I've got a picture on my Facebook back when he was 12 years old. He's 19, so that was 7 years ago. So, I don't know, 2013. Yeah, 2013 or 14. It was right after the Parker movie happened. I just moved down to San Antonio, and he's in my camper, and he's 12 years old, and he's doing like this, and the little shit is just jacked, and he's always had that mentality. So I got to talking to him. When you're in a 29-foot sailboat, not a whole hell of a lot else to do, because you got to conserve your energy, you got to conserve everything, because you're floating in a fucking boat. So he started talking to me about nutrition, and he still to this day knows a lot more about it than me. Again, I'm not an expert, but I do know this. I do know what works for me. You gotta have, if you want to lose fat in a reasonable amount of time, you have got to have protein. There is no substitute for that. And the reason I bring that up, well, A, because it's the truth, but mainly is because I was so intimidated. When I first started this, actually my whole life, I've intimidated by how to get in shape, because let's face it, we're staring at these things all day long, and it's ad after ad after ad after commercial of get fit, buy my magic powder in a box, buy my magic blah blah blah, and take it 3 times a day and you'll look like me. Bullshit. Some of the stuff is good stuff. I'm not shitting on supplements at all, but the idea that you buy my crap and just go to the gym a little bit and you'll look like me, that ain't gonna happen. The way you get to looking like me is daily going to the gym, a bare minimum of 3 days a week, bare minimum. That's bare minimum. If you can squeeze 7 days a week, go for it. If you go 7 days a week for a month or 2 and you want to take off a day, it's no big deal. You got to be sore every day. So some part of your body needs to be sore all the time. That's why another thing Blaine taught me is what he calls PPL. I'm sure he didn't make that up. I'm sure he read it somewhere, but it just stands for push, pull, legs. Day one, you do muscle groups that are pushing, and things that push are your triceps and your chest, such as bench press. And I don't even know what you call these, pull downs. If you pull the thing down, you're pushing. And that's all you do you could do it as little as 45 minutes. So I'll go in and I'll do bench I'll do warm up 5-10 minutes, stretching. Stretching's important. I've started doing more of that. I'll do bench press. I'll do 10 reps of whatever I think I can, not my max. Like my max is whatever I can get in 1 rep, and I can't repeat it. So like, just for instance, I did 300 pounds on the machine. I don't think I can do 300 pounds on free weights. I've done 250. I might could do 270, but let's just say 270 is my max on free weights on bench press. So I'll put not 270, I'll put 200, because I can do about 10 reps of 200 pounds. And then after I get that last 8th, 9th, 10th, maybe 11th rep where it's just till failure, that's it. And then I'll pull 2 plates off, or maybe I'll pull 2 plates off, put some 10s on. Anyway, reduce it by about 40%, and then keep going until failure, which is usually about 10 reps. After that, I'll do the pull downs, and I'll do on the bench and everything. I'll do 4 sets of everything. And after that, 45 minutes is up. And if you want to put in shoulders or abs in there somewhere, you need to. But anyways, hello, Karen Van Confort. How are you doing? Blitzkrieg 498. Genuinely curious. How did you meet Caleb and become his moderator? She hasn't met me. I don't know her personally. I've just known her from here. She's been on here for a long time, and I don't know. I just kind of, she shows up a lot, and I trusted her. That's how that happened. Hello, Chase Pinkowski. Brian Taylor number 2. Hey, Caleb, is it me or Parker looks taller than you and the rest of your kids taller than you? Yep, all the boys are taller than me. Blaine's the tallest, 6'2". Hayden's about 6'1.5". Parker's 6'1". I'm just 6 foot. So ASM Fluttershy. Hi, Cabled. I assume that means hello, Caleb. Hi, how are you? Anyways, back to what I do. About 45 minutes to an hour, sometimes an hour and a half if I'm feeling really froggy. I may do the bench, the pull downs, and say abs. And then I may go do a bench again, but not nearly as much weight because I'm tired if I want to go a long day. And then you got to get shoulders in there because shoulders are neither push nor pull. They're like, lift. So that's push day. Maybe you want to skip a day. That push day is Monday, or you can make push day Tuesday. It doesn't matter. If you want to skip a day, great. If not, okay, say Tuesday. That's pull day. So pull day is curls. You're pulling up and you're reaching up above on a bar with two hands. And you're pulling and you do the same thing. Whatever you can get max out 10, not 8 to 10, 11, 12, somewhere around whatever your failure is, that's the weight you put on there. And you go until failure, and then you pull about 40, 50% of it immediately and do it again. So the next day you're on pull, and then the next day is legs. So by the time you say, so that's Wednesday is legs. So by the time Wednesday gets here, your first P day, your push, your chest and your triceps ought to be sore. And then the next day you repeat, you're going to push. Well, you're that body 1 to 2 days prior, that body group is sore. And as far as my diet, again, you don't need all that fancy prepackaged bullshit. The fresher, the better. It's really that simple. I personally use Blaine's recommendation, especially in the beginning, of 1 gram of protein per pound of desired pound of protein of body weight. At the time, I was 221 pounds. I wasn't eating 221 grams. I was eating about 180. I wanted to be about 180 pounds. So I was eating about 180 grams of protein. Blaine loves measuring out everything. It's kind of cool to watch, but it's also kind of psychotic. But you do you, BooBoo. I don't measure out. I guesstimate. I'm a mechanic guy. It's kind of like torquing a 3/8 bolt. I don't pull out the fucking torque wrench for that. I know how to torque a 3/8 bolt. I'm within 2 or 3 foot-pounds, plus or minus every time. I get about the amount of protein that I want, and I stay within my calorie limit. The thing is, what I said at the beginning, sugar is not bad for you. Every cell in your body works off of sugar. Every single one of them. The only way sugar is bad for you is if that's all you eat. If all you eat is oil, fried bullshit, and sugar, and drink alcohol, you're going to be a big fat slob, and you're going to be gross, and you're going to feel terrible. There's nothing wrong with oil either. There's nothing wrong with fried foods. There's just wrong with a lot of fried foods, because I didn't know this. Again, Blaine's the one that pointed this out. Dad, just look on the back of any cooking oil, and they all vary a little bit. You've got avocado oil, and you've got grapeseed oil, and some people say stay away from the seed oils. Maybe that's true. I don't fucking know. I don't fucking care, because I don't need a lot of it anyway. But if you look on the calorie intake, there's like between 120 and 150 calories per tablespoon. And I know I'm not exact, but it's close. That's a lot. Salad dressing? You are nuts if you're putting salad dressing on your lettuce. Figure out a better, funner, better way of eating. But then I used to just I thought I was eating healthy. Get a bunch of lettuce, a bunch of romaine, and a bunch of spinach, and throw in a cucumber, a carrot, or something. And then I'd take the Italian dressing and shake that sucker up, get all them spices up in there, and how the oil all separates. All oil, or mostly oil. And I dumped the piss out of it because I loved it. I still do. I love the flavor of not ranch. What did I just say? Italian dressing. I love it. But you look on there, how many calories is in there, and if you eat it all, holy shit. Again, oil's not necessarily bad for you, cooking oil. It's just you eat too many. I mean, the amount of oil, I was probably putting 1,000 calories easily, 1,000 calories of salad dressing on my salads, and I didn't even know it. Oh, I'm eating healthy. By God, I'm eating healthy. Same way with fried chicken. I love fried chicken. Absolutely love it. But if you put a piece of fried chicken on a paper towel, let it sit for an hour or two or whatever, you notice that big blobby spot. It looks the same as you dipping that towel in a teaspoon of cooking oil, because it is cooking oil. All that oil inside your favorite KFC, you're getting that extra calories. Yeah, you're eating protein, but you might eat 1,000 calories worth of meat, of chicken, and get, I don't know, I forget exactly how much protein is in chicken. I know it's probably, I think chicken is pound for pound, is as far as price and protein, is about as dense as you can get. But you fry it up, you got to put it in some kind of wheat-based batter. Wheat is like high in calories, and there's nothing wrong with carbs. Anyone that says there's something wrong with carbs is lying. There's just something wrong with too many carbs. It kind of sounds like sugar. There's nothing wrong with sugar unless that's all you eat. If all you eat is carbs and donuts being fried in oil, that's a double whammy there. You're really going to pack it on, because you can only eat so much of that, and then you still got to get your, whatever your weight is, your desired weight. Well, I say you want to be 150 pounds, depending on if you're a man or a woman. I know it's so crazy, because there is a difference between men and women. Generally speaking, men are bigger than women. Generally speaking, women are smaller than men, so women don't need as many calories. I know I'm just doing that to jab like a little woke sister, just to chap their asses a little bit. So anyways, how are y'all? Anon, hey bud, miss me? Yeah, I remember you. Crazy fan Roxy, or Nan fan, damn good. Okay. Caleb, do you think McDonald's fries suck? Really bad, not much taste. The only taste that you would ketchup and salt. I love McDonald's fries. I just don't eat a lot of them. I try not to. I love French fries in general. It's just, again, they're fried. They're French fried, and they have a lot of oil. If I'm having a cheat day and I want to cheat on myself, then yeah, I'll eat some French fries. I'll eat the shit out of some oily ass French fries. Again, it's not something I do all the time because of the oil. That's why I generally don't eat fried foods. Like tonight, y'all saw me clear my teeth and get a drink of water. I didn't even finish my dinner. I'm living in this hotel at the moment, and I've learned the art of cooking broccoli and ground beef in a microwave, and I've gotten pretty good at it. And I only buy, if I can, I only buy 97% lean. And again, it's not that I'm afraid of fat. I'll eat a 80% beef patty all fucking day long. But the thing is, I have to keep in mind that 20% fat, again, there's nothing wrong with fat. Kind of like sugar, kind of like carbs. There's nothing wrong with fat, sugar, and carbs. But what I always say? That's right. You just can't eat too much of it. And the reason is it's so loaded in calories, because all fat is oil. And oil has a shitload of calories. And those calories that you're getting from oil and sugar, though they will, yes, give you energy. And depending on what you're doing, that reminds me, I've got an announcement here in a bit. Depending on what you're doing, it will give you a lot of energy. But when you lift heavy and lift really heavy, because you have to lift heavy and break the muscle, the muscle fibers down in order to build up. The only way you build them back up, protein. That's it. There's no other alternative. You can get protein. There is protein in plants like peas and I can't even think. I'm again not an expert, but vegans, what little protein they do get it. You can get it from plants. Now, there's certain, according to some people that I've talked to or studied and watched, there's certain types of protein you can't get from plants that the human bodies, they say you need. Talks amongst yourselves. I personally don't feel like eating a round bale of hay in order to get enough protein. And I'm not a horse. Maybe I'm not a tiger. I don't go out and just kill a rabbit with my bare hands and eat its head off like a tiger will, a true carnivore. But I'm just not interested in eating bales of hay and a whole fucking bale of hay and a bunch of fruits, jillions and jillions of fruit. Because you eat too many fruits, then you're getting too much sugar. Again, sugar, not bad for you. Just too much sugar is. If you don't get enough protein, you're not going to put on the muscle. And if you don't put on the muscle, you're usually not going to get rid of the fat. Most fruits are loaded in sugar. Yep. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with them. I eat bananas. Hell, I started to get the sniffles the other day, and this is about my third or fourth bag of little cuties. Because oranges have loads of sugar and this stuff called vitamin C, and it's real good for the immune system. Because I don't believe any more in jabs than I do anybody's silly little made-up gods. I believe in myself, and I believe in my immune system. And when I start getting a tiny little bit of sniffles, I just eat a few oranges. Those little cute little things. I eat about, when I'm feeling that come on, I'll eat about 4 or 5 of those throughout the day for about a week or two. And now, I mean, that little sniffle thing I had only lasted like maybe a day, 2 days tops. But I just enjoy them, and I want to make sure that my immune system is well fed. So I just eat them. And you're right, it is. There's loads of sugar in it. But that's not all I eat. I maintain what they call them, their macros. You stay within your macros. You get all the protein you need without going over on your calories. Because whether it's carbs or protein or whatever, it all has calories. You have to burn it somehow. But you're not going to be building the muscle back once you tear it down from heavy weights if you don't have the protein. And that is really it. It really is that simple. You keep at the moment, I'm guessing I'm eating about 2,500-ish calories. When I first started, I made sure I did weigh it because that's the only way I knew how to know for sure. I was sticking to around, or I'd look on the package if it was something in a package, or like you can just Google how many, in a head of broccoli or how many calories. Anyway, when I was losing weight, I was going to the gym daily, doing PPL, and I was only eating between 1,300 and 1,600 calories a day. I was burning more than I was consuming. It's really that simple. You burn more from physical movement than you consume, your fat goes away, and as long as you're replacing that with enough protein and you're breaking down by burning your calories, that's how you'll build the muscle. Muscle's hard to build. It's a lot easier for your fat cells to swell up than it is to build your muscle. It's taken, I started December of 2021, so I'm 13 months into this, and I've gone from 221 fat ass pounds down to I was really at 177, but I did get the big nasty scary bug, which was a joke compared to the flus I've had when I was a kid. That was a joke. And I got down to 172. And then back up to 195, and today I weighed in at 188. I was 188 pounds today. But shit, I can between pooing and peeing, I can vary, 3 to 5 pounds in a day easy. Anon. Oh man, I always forget I can do this. I don't know why I forget. Mangoes have more vitamin C, Caleb, and are less acidic. I can't eat a lot of acid due to my acid reflux. I used to have acid reflux back when I was overweight and out of shape. And I'm not saying you are, Anon, because I have no idea. You may have a legit medical problem. I have no idea. But when I was overweight and a drunk, I had acid reflux a lot. I'd buy those little Tums and Rolaids occasionally because it would get so bad. Now that I lift on a regular basis and watch my diet, I never, or almost never, I can't say never, but in the last year, maybe a couple times, maybe. And that's usually on a long day at work when I was dipping too much snuff and not drinking enough water. That's usually when I get the heartburn. But other than that, I don't get it. Speaking of, Anon, I just noticed something. Is your profile picture Professor Lupin when he transforms into a werewolf? Because that's what it looks like. If so, you're just tugging at my heartstrings. Oh yeah, my announcement that I was gonna talk about. Y'all ready? Ready for this? I'm leaving Wyoming. I gave my notice and I quit. I quit my new job. And I don't know exactly what I'm going to do. And here's the thing. I don't fucking care because I'm so out of the rat race anymore. I made a little money and I'm not going to go into it. They're a good company. There's just some discrepancies that I felt like were not met. Well, they weren't met. It's obvious and they know it, but I'm not mad at them. I made a little money, but I'm leaving them. And I've told them, come down to Mexico, Professor Mex and Rockera. I'm going to put you, hey, you're a member. Hell yeah. Cool, man. Professor Mex and Rockera, come down to Mexico. I would come to Mexico. You know what? I can't fly like to England or anything because I don't have my fucking passport because, here in the land of the free, it's such a fucking joke. I can't, but I did look up, I can go into Canada. I've got a driver's license and you show 2 or 3 things and I can cross into Canada. So I can cross the border into Mexico. I just don't know if I can fly into Mexico. I don't know. Tacos and burritos. Yeah, you sound like that Deadpool song. Hang on for a minute while I drop a deuce or whatever he says. We're in Querétaro, I guess. I probably butchered that. Hello, Isabel Gallegos. How are you doing? Anon, I'm skinny as hell. Mine comes from my anxiety. It started when I was a child, when I was under constant high stress. And yes, Professor Lupin, I actually painted a picture of it. You did? You painted that? And I recognize that as which one was that? I think that was, I can't remember which Harry Potter it was. I guess I need to get back to watching them. There we go. Pronounced like this. Dietary. All right. Dietary. All right, cool. Hell yeah. Well, maybe I might get out of the land of the free. Sue Bear, you can fly to Mexico without the thingy. I can't fly to the U.S. and Canada without it, though. Well, we're talking about, this thingy. No, I'm not getting that either, but I don't have a passport. So that's my thingy I can't get because, again, land of the free. Bryce Taylor doing great. Okay, and on. No, that was my reverence pick. I took the picture. Okay, and painted it. Gotcha. Well, either way, I did recognize that was from Harry Potter. I watched the video of Parker standing up to his mom and thought it was really cool. Well, thank you, Isabella. I thought it was pretty cool too. And to answer your question, he's doing fine, but I don't talk about my kids too much in their personal lives, other than, Blaine, teaching me. But that's not the personal stuff. I just won't go into their personal details and their relationship with other people. But thank you for watching that. Man, speaking of, holy crap, this channel, I got a whopping 26 people in here at the moment. For 500,000 subscribers, I think I'm a little throttled. I think my channel's a little throttled. I gained like 6,000 or 7,000 subscribers in the last 2 weeks. And you can see they've just obviously got me throttled back. I have no idea why, but they do. But yeah, that's what I was talking about. I'm quitting my job. I put in my notice. I was actually supposed to go in today, but there's reasons days. I just basically said I'm going to use some sick days. I'm not sick, but I'm going to use some sick days. And I've got to go back here in a couple, 3 days. I can't go into detail. Some things get in place, and I'm going to help them finish up some things. Then after that, I'm out of here. And I think what I'm going to do, there's why Gamer Boy, there were some things that were not met, and I called them out on it, and they weren't able to meet them. And so I've just reached that point in my life. I'm not begging anybody for anything. You give me what I want and I'll do a good job, or else I'll leave. That's that. Because I don't have a mortgage. I don't have a wife. I don't have drama. I don't have a car payment. I don't have credit card debt. I got a little bit of medical support, $500 a month or whatever, till London turns 18. But I don't have shit. I don't have any roots. And I'm not tied to it. I'm not tied to that bullshit, 84 hour, 90 hours a week, taking out all those taxes and all the bullshit. I'm not tied to it. I don't have to pay. And I want to go do something fun. There's a cryptocurrency that I bought into called Tectonic, and it went up 91% today. So I made 91% on my money. It's so low. It got so low, and I just kept buying $100 here, $100 there, and it went up 91% today. So I cashed out a little bit, and I'm fucking good. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm headed to Georgia. Is anybody here from Georgia? There's a mountain there called Mount Springer Mountain. Does anybody know about what Springer Mountain is? I'm going to put that up in the comments. And I'm going to highlight myself. Springer Mountain in Georgia. And you know what's in Springer Mountain, Georgia? I've never been there. That is the very beginning. That is the trailhead of a 2,400 mile long trail called the Appalachian Trail. And the Appalachian Trail goes from Springer Mountain, Georgia, there in northern Georgia, and passes through about 13 or 14 states and ends up in Maine. And it takes, depending on your speed and your ability and how many 0 days you take, it takes anywhere from 5 to 7 months to hike it. And you walk. I'm literally going to walk from Georgia to Maine. I'm going to backpack, and I'm going to take my tent. The tent that I had when I went on my little adventure up there in northern Wyoming, Bighorn National Forest. I've got a video on there called it's either Cloud Peak, because Cloud Peak is within the Bighorn National Forest. The same tent, same gear. I'm going to upgrade my backpack. I've upgraded my clothing because I'm going to be starting out when it's a little bit chillier. I'm going to start earlier than most people. Most people start that trail around March or 1st of April. I'm going to start around mid-February. Some people actually start in January, but it's probably a little too cold even for me. I've been acclimated being up here in minus 10 degree Wyoming. I'm not done with Wyoming, just like I'm not done with boating, but I'm going to put it on pause because I want to do this. I want to sleep outside for 5 to 7 months on the ground in a tent and work my sexy little ass off, and in that time period cross 13 or 14 states and just see what I'm made of. And then here's the kicker. There's 2 other major trails that are about as long. There's one called the Continental Divide Trail. It starts in, I think, southern New Mexico, on the Mexico border, and ends somewhere around in Montana. It actually comes right through parts of Wyoming, and it's about 3,000 miles long. And there's another one on the west coast called the Pacific Crest Trail. And it also starts at the border of Mexico, but it's in Southern California. And it goes all the way up through Oregon and Washington, all the way to Canada as well. It's, I don't know, about the same, 2,700 miles long, depending on which way you go. And if you register and you do all three of these, you get basically bragging rights. It's called the Triple Crown. And it just sounds like an absolute blast to me. And I can't wait to try it out. I thought you said it was $100 a month for medical and not $500. Well, the $100 a month is the past medical. The $500 is what it currently is. I haven't been paying it this entire time because I refused to pay it until they caught me up. So the what I pay for medical and what I should have been paying, but on the medical side, but not the child support side, I wasn't paying any of it. So I've got a back balance of like 30 grand. I have a current due date, a due where I have to pay $500 a month for the next 6 months until London turns 18. And after that, it goes away. But what doesn't go away is the old 30 grand bill that I get to pay $100 whopping a month until the day I fucking die. I can drag it out that long. So it'll be $100 a month. So I'm just going to look at that as basically like having an extra line on my phone for one of the kids or something. $100 a month, big whoop-de fucking do. I hope they choke on it. I really, really do. There we go. LXV Dreams. I live in Georgia, 1 hour away from Springer Mountain. Cool. Hell yeah. Well, maybe I'll do a meet and greet there. Maybe I'll go, I don't know, rent a hotel for one night and do a meet and greet with some people. See if y'all, who wants to go hiking? Apparently this is a major deal. Like several thousand people attempt it every year. Not that many people do the whole trail, but a lot of people just intentionally just go part ways, you know, depending if they live in the area, whichever state the trail happens to be in. Hell yeah, maybe I'll do that. Be careful, Caleb. East Coast is our nasty winter cold season till about April. That's okay, Wicca, because I have been snow skiing here lately, and I've bought a bunch of really nice synthetic coats and bibs, and I've got this synthetic sleeping bag, and it's, when you wad it up, it's only about that big. I don't think it weighs a pound, but I slept in that, and it got down into the upper 30s, lower 40s and that was back in September up in Cloud Peak. And I mean, it was a little chilly, but I was fine. And that was just sleeping in, you know, just my regular clothes inside that bag. But I've since got some super nice weather gear, and I'm just not worried about it. I may freeze my ass off a little bit, but that's okay. I won't die. The moon in the background is the Skirum moon. Okay. Oh, and your profile picture. I live in Georgia, 1 hour away from oh yeah, I already read that one. What the hell? Where am I? There we go. James Bronte. I'm not understanding this. Brian Taylor number 2 says Jenny Bryce C. Taylor, friends with Caleb, looking good. I don't understand what y'all are talking about. Felix Games, Movies, and more. Hey, Caleb, may I ask, what were your thoughts on Parker standing up to his mom going viral? I think it's awesome. I'm glad she got humiliated, and Simp Dad too. They deserved it. I'm glad he did it. And I'm glad more people are pissed at me. And I've come to realize the people that are mad at me for publishing that and capitalizing on it, making money off of it, are probably guilty of the same type of behavior. And that's probably the only type of empathy they can feel, is they empathize for themselves. Seeing her get humiliated like that for acting like a complete witch, and him being just bonehead simp dad getting humiliated, and you know, people saying he looked like Peter Griffin. I'm glad they got humiliated, because that's what happens when you act like an asshole. And if you do it in front of me or someone like me, and they're recording, they got their camera on you, just be prepared. You act like an asshole, act like a little blankety blank that I can't say because I'll get kicked off. that's what happens. So to answer your question, Felix, games, movies, and more, I feel great about it. I'm glad it's going viral. I will never in my life recover financially from YouTube paying me what they do pay me, and it's significant, but it's not earth-changing, not life-changing money. It's certainly not retirement money. I wouldn't be living in a fucking hotel if it was. But I'm glad, I'm happy that it occasionally keeps alive and goes viral, because it teaches people, don't act like that around your kids. Don't treat, if you're a woman, a mother, and you've got kids with a man who you simply don't like anymore, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. There's a lot of people I don't like anymore. But if he's a good father who shows up, even though you don't like him personally, if the kids love him, he's nice to them, he takes care of them, he's involved with them, and you actively keep him or try to keep him out of their lives and try to replace him with your simp little beta bitch new husband, then you're going to get humiliated. You need to be publicly shamed. People who act like that. So I'm glad, I'm real excited and happy that it's still going viral, because to this day, Felix Games, Movies, and More, to this very day, not one time has either one of them or the lawyers or the judges asked for forgiveness. Not one of them have made an apology to me or my kids for what they put us through. And so therefore, I have no mercy. Like Ghost Rider said, sorry, all out of mercy. Uh-oh, Sarah Jane, exactly, well said. What did I say? Just fan talk, Caleb, that's all. Oh, okay, I'm sorry, I don't understand it. Sorry, just excited to show him my is AI. Is that what that means? Artificial intelligence? Have y'all heard about that CHP chip something artificial intelligence? That is wild. I just heard about it today. I don't really know much about it. One of my Facebook friends posted that she's really really into it. Lisa Charles, I'm so happy all three of your boys ended up with you. Well, I am too. I'm too, and they're all grown and doing their own thing now. And Parker's a professional horse trainer in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I should check it out. What should I check out? The AI stuff? What is their YouTube channel, Parker's mom? I don't think they have one. Not to my knowledge. I don't know. I don't keep up with her. I have no clue. The only channel that I know that has me or my kids on is mine. This one you're watching. Other than the people who just, rip it off and put it on their own channel. I don't think any of them have their own that I know of. Again, I don't know. I don't really care. Lisa Werner, you always say you are very much against parental alienation. Yes. But talking bad about your kid's mom, calling her names, ugly cartoons, drawing, etc., isn't that parental alienation too? It might be. And the thing is, my kids are fucking grown now. They're all grown. I can talk to them like goddamn adults. They can handle adult situations. I'm not calling her names. She did act a certain way, but I could really call her names if I really wanted to, but I'm not. Ugly cartoon drawings. That's up to you. If you thought that cartoon was ugly, that's up to you, the eye of the beholder. Maybe some people think you're ugly, and somebody might not think you're ugly. Maybe they think you're cute. Some people might think I'm ugly. I get called by my haters ugly all the time. I happen to think that I am sexy as hell, but you call it an ugly cartoon? I mean, that's subjective. Isn't that parental alienation too? No. Our children are grown. They can handle adult situations and adult conversations. And I talk to them like they're fucking adults because they are adults. So no, when I'm talking about I'm against parental alienation, I'm talking about 9 years ago when my kids were 14, 12, 10, and 8 years old. And they were stolen from me and taken to 500 miles or 375 miles away from Odessa, Texas to San Antonio, Texas. That's what I'm talking about is alienation. ATV 45. Hi, Caleb. You're an awesome dad. Do you think Officer Jeremy Walsh of the Odessa Police Department would remember you and Parker? I would be surprised if he didn't. I've been asked if I would debate him or talk to him. Maybe not debate. Maybe that's a bad choice of words. Or talk to him, have him on. Absolutely. Hell yeah. I'd love to have a discussion with him and see how he feels about some people got onto him about, he misspoke on his, years of service or whatever. Or some people thought he's, braggadocious about himself too much. And some people thought he did a really good job. As far as what cops do, I mean, he was real mild. I mean, I don't agree what he did, and he didn't ultimately take a paycheck and enforce it. But, he could have, you saw me thanking him. I was kind of being a smart ass for not shooting my son like he could have done and we could have got away with. But I don't hate the guy, but I would like to talk to him because I think he did take a paycheck and I think he is wrong about it. I'd love to talk to him. Jacob Pence. Hello, I've heard your story from 1 or 2 years now, but haven't started watching your videos again until last week. Well, cool, Jacob. Thanks. Welcome to my channel. It gets nuttier and nuttier. I'm not nearly as afraid to speak my mind as I used to be. At least, here's another one from Lisa Charles. During the video, Parker versus the Man, when Mom got home back, I lost all respect for that cop when he told Parker that he didn't care if his mom. Oh, this is the same Lisa. I think we got two different Lisas here. When he told that Parker that he didn't care if his mom was beating him with a bat, he didn't care about that. Yeah, I want to say if I'm not, it's been a while. If I'm not mistaken, I think he said unless she's choking you out, then I can't do anything. I think, and it's hard to hear because it was outside, and Simp Daddy had his big diesel company ride going. I think it was intentionally done to distract from the audio, but I'm pretty sure Walsh said unless she's choking you out. That's none of his concern. That this is none of his concern. But I could be wrong. I'd have to go watch it again to be quite honest with you. Lisa, that was out of line. You don't know the full story. I followed Caleb since I was 15, so I know the situation quite well. Okay, I guess I'll have a discussion. Jonathan is new. Hello, Jonathan. Welcome to my nutty channel. Landy, is there any updates on Cycle Mom? LOL. I don't know. And if there are, you won't get them from me because I just, yes, is the person who questioned me earlier. I do make opinions and talk shit about things that were recorded that are public knowledge. Yeah, I do. But as far as where they're at now, what they're doing, I don't know. I don't care. I don't talk to them. I'll never talk to them unless they want to come to me with an apology and possibly a big fat check. Say, sorry for your trouble. We apologize. Will you accept our apology? I'm going to take their money and I'm going to say, you give that much to the kids and you go apologize to them. Then I'll talk to them. Hello, Lauren Kim. How are you? Lauren became one of my newest members. And if you want to become a member, I would love to get more because out of 500,000 subscribers, I think I'm up to a whopping dozen members. And especially now that I've quit my job, I'm going to go, I guess, back to this being my primary source of income, other than Tectonic, that little bit of cryptocurrency I invested over the last year. Bought it dirt cheap, went up 91%. That was a nice shot in the arm. Yeah, I need as many members as I could possibly get. I'd love to do this more full time. Lisa Charles got Parker back. I guess you'll have a conversation. Brian Taylor, number 2. Caleb, I watched your videos over and over again. Very educational, kind of similar. When I went through my divorce, was very depressing, but I managed to get over it the last 10 years. It was horrible. Shit. I'm sorry. See, that's exactly why I keep doing this, or another reason I keep doing it, is so many people come up and say, Caleb, that happened to me too. That happened to me. What you went through and you filmed your kids going through, that happened to me too. Because I tell people that all the time. What happened to us it's not unique, not by a long shot. What is the only thing unique about it is the fact that I caught so much of it on camera. That's about the only thing that's unique. It happens every day. Those tragedies, the reason the Parker movies got 46 million views is because it's uncommon to see, because the news your local news will not cover it. They absolutely will not cover this very common thing that happens all the time. Lisa Charles, sorry, I can't spell. Maybe misunderstood what he said. That's fine. I may have misspelled. Okay, we got a Lisa Charles and a Lisa Warner. Okay, Lisa Warner says, I do know the full story. I have binge watched his channel for last week, almost nonstop. Well, thank you, Lisa. I think every story has two sides. That's all. I guarantee you, Lisa, there is another side to this. I promise you this. And Lisa Warner, what I'm always fascinated about is when people maybe not attack me, but ask hard questions, and I'm fine with it. I really am, because I just happen to have an answer for you. And sometimes when people don't like the answer, they say that you can't take criticism, Caleb. And I most certainly can. I'm hard on myself as anybody. I mean, hello, I talk about being a drunk all the time. But I'm always wondering, Lisa, when someone says there's two sides to every story, and maybe you shouldn't believe what Caleb Leverrett's saying, how in the world do you people expect me to get the other side of the story? Am I supposed to just call her up and make an appointment and go visit, sit down for tea and coffee and bring the camera crew and ask her to give me an interview to put out the other side of the story? I've never understood that. I pull out my camera loads of time back in the day saying, okay, this is my point of view. And I'm trying to talk to her, and that's all I could get. I don't know how else I'm supposed to get the other side. Unless she has a channel, or Simp Daddy's got a channel of their own where they talk about it, I'm not aware of. I don't know how I'm supposed to get the other side. But I do know this. I did win full custody of Blaine. That's provable, and you can call it one side, two sides. There's the other side of the story. It's a fact, a provable fact. You can look it up. I won primary custody of Blaine in 2014. He came to live with me. I also got rid of all the child support, and they didn't update my file for 5 goddamn years. And now it's provable in court as of December 6th. Come to find out, I was right. Oh, there's the back child support that didn't come off. That was kicked off like 13 grand or something. I don't have to pay it. So there's not two sides of that part of the story. The kids are doing just fine. That sounds like the kids are all right. The kids aren't all right by the Offspring. Offspring, by the way, is my favorite punk band. Lauren Kim, you're an awesome inspiration for being consistent in the gym and living a healthy lifestyle. Well, thank you, Lauren Kim. I love it. I absolutely love it. I got these from Amazon too. They're those. I used to always wonder how those guys look so goddamn ripped in their. And I'm not that ripped. I'm getting there, but I'm not there yet. But it's a special, like, it's not cotton. I don't even know what it is. It's like breathable material, some kind of breathable material, but it fits. It's not too tight. It looks like it's tight, but it stretches with me. It just shows off my sexy pecs so much. In fact, I have noticed that for whatever reason, dudes are hitting on me way more frequently. And it drives me fucking bonkers. Women, how do y'all stand this shit? How do you stand it? They've got those weird, creepy eyes. They like pierce you. Like, dude, I am not interested. First of all, I'm straight. Hello. And then they follow me around the gym, or like if I don't go out very often, but sometimes I'll get up to go pee or something. They'll act like they're going to the fucking trash can, and it's just that. How in the world, men? Why do you do that? I'm kind of embarrassed for my gender. Why? I assume I've probably done it and I didn't even know it. But men, knock it off. Jesus Christ, it is absurd how hard these guys just pierce with their eye, like trying to get my attention. I'm just like, I'm just going to start doing like my friend Janelle says. She goes, people, when men do that to her, she just, Kev, I just stick my finger up my nose and, you know, just fart or something and just be gross. John Delgado, how's your day? I'm good, man. I don't really have any complaints. Like, I don't have all the crap I used to have to go through. I don't have to deal with it anymore. Felix in movies. Are you into any hunting? I used to. I like hunting. I just haven't done it in many, many, many years. Lauren Kim, I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. How are you doing? I'm on top of the world, Lauren Kim. When you get to, I think you just joined, but I've quit my job. I'm going to go in here in a few days and help buckle some things up, some projects we started. I'm going to help them fix it up. And then I am off to Georgia. I'm headed to Springer Mountain, Georgia. And I'm going to begin the Appalachian Trail. And it's going to take 5 to 7 months. And I'm going to be sleeping in my tent, which I'll be backpacking on my back and making anywhere from 10 to 25 or 30 miles a day, depending on the terrain and the weather. Sleeping outside amongst the stars. I watched a documentary today. These guys made back in 2013, I believe. They published it in 2015, but they actually recorded it in 2013. And they did the Pacific Crest Trail, which starts in Southern California all the way up to Washington, up to Canada. And they've got, I can't remember the name of it. I could find it. Let me see if I can find it. See if it's in my search history. Yeah, only here. I'll put it up here. Only the Essential Pacific Crest Trail. Damn it, I'm getting behind on comments again. There you go. Lauren Kim, you've heard of it. That's what I was talking about. Would you do Pacific Crest Trail? Yep. Hell yeah, I would. And I that's what I was typing in here. Only if this documentary I watched just today, it's like 45 minutes long. It's called Only the Essential, and it's on YouTube. And Only the Essential Pacific Crest Trail. It's about these 2 or 3 dudes. They just flew down to San Diego. Is it San Diego? Whatever, in Southern California. They touched this post that's right on the border of Mexico and California, and they just start filming themselves, meet all kinds of people, go all the way to Canada, and it's badass. But I think, for whatever reason, I think I want to do the Appalachian Trail first. Very nice. It sounds like a wonderful, peaceful time. Yep. Not have to deal with all that crap. It sure is. You need a workout partner or blocker. It is worse for women sometimes, these awkward stares. I bet. Yeah, there are some beautiful women in there, and I don't know how they stand it. The gawking, and because now I'm paying attention to it more. Jesus Christ, especially like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I usually go at 3 or 4 in the morning. Today I didn't go in till about 7. Because I called in sick, even though I'm not sick. And I told them I'm not sick. I just wasn't going to go in. But I also went twice today. I went again at 5 or about 4, between 4 and 5 today. And I did legs twice today. I did legs, squats, and I hate squats. But I always do squats because, my back feels so much better. Anyways, it was really, really crowded. And I just imagine those would have to put up with. Jonathan, you're right. Arm, is that an Illuminati tattoo with a pyramid? Yeah, sort of. It says a question. So question everything. And it's in the font of "In God We Trust," as fast as it's printed on the $1 bill, except it says question everything. You love leg day. I love the way leg day makes me look and feel. But actually, and I don't mind calves. I'm fine with doing calves. I like calves because I got I've got these like, I don't know if you can see them or not. I've got these like snicker dick vein looking things going on my shins now. I've got real muscle in my calves that I've never had before. So, I mean, I like doing calves. I don't like squats. It always feels like my back is just about to snap. It scares me. Felix Games and Movies and More. I feel like I've heard Springer Mountain before because of my hunting club. There were some folks who shoot a few deer. So I shot a few deer in several mountains in Georgia and Florida. Maybe, I don't know. That's where I'm not for sure heading there, but I'm about 85% sure. Interesting. I like that. I'm about 85% sure that that's what I want to do. I want to do the Appalachian Trail first, and then either Pacific Crest or the Continental Divide. I was a hockey goalie, so I got used to leg day pretty quick. I bet. So you must be from up north. I've never played ice hockey. I don't know that I could do it. Those dudes have got some massive, massive legs. At the community section of Caleb's YouTube channel where he posts photos of his kids. That's all the updates you'll get in his kids. He respects their privacy. Thank you, by the way, for those that don't know, Wicca's one of my moderators, and she's just helping me out here. Oop. Nike, hi from RUS. Is that Russia? Surely not. I don't think I've ever had, or very, very few Russians. I don't know why my channel. I've looked on, YouTube's got this thing on the map where you can go and see where all your views come from. Almost zero from China and Russia. I'll get almost no viewership. I assume that's what RUS means. I really don't know. Connor Fox, Lauren Kim, slow down on the chat. That's all he's reading. Well, I like Lauren Kim because she's a channel subscriber, so she gets a little perks, I guess you could say. I used to offer these perks like all the YouTubers do, or I don't know, weird perks, but I'm not good at that stuff. And so the least I can do if someone's going to pay me $5-10 a month to support me is to try my best to catch theirs, because that's why they put it in green on my end. It shows, see, yeah, it's there, right there, that little circle thing. It lets me know she's a member, and that's just how it is. She's going to get priority in any member if I see it, because I don't have, like I said, I only have like a dozen members, maybe 2 dozen, not very many. Jacob Pence, I have a love and hate relationship with leg day. Yep, I know exactly how you feel. I love the way it makes me feel and look. It makes my back pain almost go to absolutely nothing. But actually doing the squats, I have to really concentrate. I just don't like the way, I just feel like my back's going to go like snap. And I know it's not, but it's what it feels like. I was from Minnesota, and now you're in California. I almost came to California on this last, before I got here to Wyoming. I came down Washington. I climbed Mount Rainier. I didn't go all the way to the top because you have to be a professional and like sign up, and I'm not that good. But I did go up Pinnacle Peak, and I headed down to Oregon, and I got almost to the border, and gasoline went up $2 or $2.50, another $2.50, like $6 or $7 a gallon as soon as I crossed, because I wanted to see the big, what are they called? The giant redwoods? Yeah, giant redwood national forest. And so I had to go do some stuff with Parker, so I skipped it. So one of these days I'll get to California. Obviously, if I do the Pacific Crest Trail, I'll definitely do California. Maybe I'll do a meetup there as well. Was raised in Minnesota. Oh, I already did. Okay, you actually read that twice. You are Russian. Nike. Nice. Cool. I'd get very few, like I said, almost, I can't say no Russians, but I've had very few people tell me they're from Russia or in Russia. So cool. Jonathan's in Florida. That's where 2 of my boys are. Logan Cochran. Hi, Caleb. Hello, Logan. LB, thankfully you had cameras, Caleb. Oh, back in the day? Hell yeah. Yeah, that's one of my own few regrets is I didn't have more cameras. There's this one part where you see one of the cops I don't know which one. I think it's Rocha. No, I don't remember which one of them started coming over in the Parker movie. You hear me fumbling around. You hear something thudding. I actually had a GoPro. It was sticking there. It wasn't on because I just bought it and I didn't have time. I didn't know how to work it. So I thought, I'll just hold up this one and have this one just stickied up there. Maybe they'll think I've got more cameras going, but you hear that thud. That's me taking the suction cup off and rolling down the window, but there wasn't anything on it. These games, movies, and more. Russia and China have been bickering with the U.S., so it's understandable if you're getting no viewers from those countries. I mean, yeah, I know now, but I mean, I've had this channel since 2008, and even since the Parker movie went viral when it really got big in 2013. Ever since, I've never had China or Russia. Almost never shows up on the map. I hadn't looked in probably a couple of years, but I used to look all the time just because it was new technology, and I thought it was cool. Heptic HD, hello from the UK. Hello, Heptic HD. I wanted to visit your country for the longest time, but now, sadly, it's just, I don't. And it's not because of the people, it's because of your fucked up politicians. They have ruined the UK. My heart breaks for the people of UK. What they're doing to y'all have no eggs. You have their electric bills. Jesus Christ, like 1,200 pounds for just a simple small home for your heating bill. It's absurd what they're doing to y'all. Our day today is great. I went and did leg day twice. What do you think 2023 so far? I think it's badass. I put in my 2-week notice. I went and did leg day twice. I made 91% on my Tectonic investment, my cryptocurrency Tectonic. In just a few hours, it went up 91%. So I cashed out on that. So far, 2023 is badass for me. 2022 is great for me. It was weird as shit. The world's weird as shit. I mean, fucking crazy. Like crazy. It started getting, I don't know when it started getting crazy, but it got ramped up crazy when Trump took office. And now that Biden's in office, it's just getting worse and worse. But me personally, hell yeah, it's badass. I love it. That's part of the reason I want to go to the Appalachian Trail, or a trail in general, is because you get away from the nutsos. Yeah, y'all have my camera or my phone with me, just for documenting purposes. But for the most part, it's 99% of the time, it's just going to be me and nature. Me and nature. Nature and I. I and nature. Me and nature. Is it nature and me? Nature and I. Nature and me. I guess it's nature and I. It's us, Weasons. The redwoods are beautiful, and there are a lot of great hiking places in California. Yeah, though. Yeah, and that documentary is called, what's the name of that mountain range? Is it Aspen Mountain? I can't remember. But there's desert, and there's forest, and it's a neat place. LBhe, yep. Pecs galore there, Caleb. Yep, look at that. Hell yeah. I have sexy pecs, and I don't have the fat. I got a little tiny bit there left, but even when I started working out, I had this like blubber, but it's a lot harder now than it was. It's another thing, people ask me what I do for my abs, and my answer is, let me take that off so you can see my sexy abs. My answer is I don't really work out. I mean, I do a little bit, a little, if it kind of goes along with, like for instance, when I do these chest presses on the machine, as soon as I do this, I like lean forward a little bit, just do a little bit of abs, but I don't do like major ab workouts, but I just have a little bit of ab. The thing about abs, the way, especially when the lighting's different, with abs, we all have abs. It's just most people, especially men, that's where we store most of our fat. That's where the fat is. And so when you get rid of most of the fat, you can actually see them. Oh man, Lisa Warner, are you mad at me? Lisa Warner, one question, not criticism. Okay, fine. Is how you feel about the two cops in the original video. Okay, why do you still speak highly of them even though you went to jail because of their advice? I would be livid. Because it wasn't their fault that I went to jail. The fault that I went to jail was Judge James L. Rex, that asshole that apparently just had a stroke before he got on the stand because it's like half his body didn't move. They did the right thing. They saw a situation, they assessed the situation, they de-escalated the situation. Nobody was being harmed, and feelings don't count. Her feelings were hurt bad, and Simp Daddy's feelings, I guess, were hurt bad. But that has nothing to do with the situation. Nobody got hurt. Nobody got assaulted. She wanted to press assault charges. And that's what ultimately bit her in the ass is he goes, well, I can't. If you're going to press assault charges for him assaulting you, I can't leave him in the house. That if you're for damn sure you can't leave him in the house. So no, I'm not mad at them. And I don't even like cops generally. Like most people who know me, especially if you're on follow my Facebook page, I'm highly critical of most policing. Highly critical. I don't trust them by and large. I don't trust them. But these two, they were called. They obviously didn't want to be there. They assessed the situation. They de-escalated the situation and told her to back up and said, Mr. Leverett, there's no crime here. You're free to go. That's what they should do. They're peace officers. If more cops behaved the way those two rookie cops did, I wouldn't have really much of a complaint, really. I mean, if we have to have cops in the society that we've created through taxation, because I believe taxation is theft, but that's how they get their salaries. If we have to have them, okay, fine. If they'll all act like Officer Spinks and Rocha, man, I'm fine. I'd be okay with it. I wouldn't have much to crap about. This morning, it seems like the judge would have taken that into account, given that the cops literally told you you're free to go. Well, you'd think, wouldn't you? Officer Brandon Spinks himself got on the stand, said, yes, Your Honor, that is me in the video. And yes, Your Honor, I told Mr. Leverett and his son that they were free to go. Judge said, doesn't matter. Bam! Let's knock Cato Leverett's dick in the dirt. 60 days in jail. That's what he did. Jonathan, North Korea is horrible. It looks horrible. I've seen videos on YouTube, people at age 40 or 58 walking straight line. I see no freedom in North Korea. Okay, I don't know where that came from, but yeah, I have no desire to go to North Korea. Richard Carte, I think that when King Charles of England, I assume, dies, that should just be dissolved. Yeah, they should have dissolved that a long fucking time ago. Most Brits that I know, they're beginning to wake up. This whole royalty thing, these leeching families that just leech. That's literally all they do is leech off the taxpayers. Just do away with that fucking so archaic. It's just horrible because average regular everyday people getting taxed to death and 1,200 pound heating bills, and those rich cocksuckers are hanging out with Jeffrey Epstein. Yeah, fuck them. Connor Fox, I agree. I don't want to say I hate him, but I'm going to use the word. I dislike Biden. Gas prices in Oklahoma, where I'm at, was $1.86 when Trump, and it's now $5. Yeah, it's just true. And again, I'm not a big Trumper by any stretch of the imagination. I don't hate him. I don't hate him like some people like seethe and foam at the mouth hate him. But it's just a fact. When he left office, I was living in the Woodlands in, it's the west of the Woodlands, Houston area. Yeah, $1.70, say $6.84 for gasoline. It's when he left, when his last bit in office, that's what it was. And then it got up to, depending on where you were in the country. I mean, I'm filled up today for $2.73. I've seen it around town $2.84, but other places I know, like this person, Connor Fox, $5. Here in California, I guarantee it's probably still $6. So yeah, that's not the only reason I don't like sniffy Biden. He just, he's gross. He's senile. He's lost his goddamn mind. He's woke. He pushed the drug. He pushed the jabs. He pushed the masks. He still pushes all that crap. I think he's in. I don't well, I don't even want to get into that. Richard Card, I was thinking of King George and dies. They should dissolve the monarchy. Yes. Yeah. They should have done it before. Like when Elizabeth died, when she kicked the bucket, that's it. I read an article. They spent, I don't know how many millions, hundreds of millions of pounds just changing the face on all your goddamn currency to put that little brat's face on it. No wonder inflation's running rampant. You've changed. Who gives a crap? She was the queen for fucking ever. Like, there's been generations of people born and died. She was still the queen. She's been queen the whole time out, or she was queen my entire life. Just leave it alone, or get rid of the central banks in general. But anyway, I don't want to get off into some super hardcore libertarian anarchist stuff because that scares people. Field games, movies, and more. I'm from Finland. I'm currently in Texas visiting a friend. I'm not used to the hot climate. I bet you're not. Finland gets really cold. I've always wanted to go to Finland. It just looks. Is that Finland? Or do y'all have those like natural hot springs that were all the people sit around naked or Oh, speaking of, I have a confession. My bathroom's like. This hotel's like right there. I walked out of the shower buck ass naked, and I wasn't even thinking because I had started this, but I hadn't pushed broadcast, or I hadn't pushed go live yet. And I looked up and I saw my naked junk hanging on my screen. I went, oh shit! So I had to run cover. I mean, it wasn't on, it wasn't live, but you never know because cameras these days. Oh my God, I'm so far behind again. Hello, Dorian. Hadn't seen you in a while. In my opinion, Judge Rex and Waylon are the worst and horrible judges ever. They want abusers to get away with everything. Yep. I think they're paid off. I don't know exactly who, why, how, or what, but there's some stuff involved in the lawsuit my father was in back in the day. And we actually had the same judge. Same judge saw my family court case, also saw my father's civil case with an oil company. If you live in Texas and try to sue an oil company, very few people live to talk about it. Saya Diakite, I remember you. Putin didn't have the balls to start a war with Ukraine when Trump was in office because he's crazy, but Biden's weaker. There's an open door for him to start the conflict. And basically, yeah, I think it's a big money laundering operation. I think that's all it is, but that's what most wars are. There's a famous book by a very famous general from some military branch. I forget which general. I think he was a Marine named General Smedley Butler, and he wrote a book called War is a Racket. And just when you get a chance, look up the definition of racketeering. And this is coming from a military general. At the time, he was the top-ranked general of all in the world, or in the country, in the country. He's the one that said it. Kind of about California is like $7.50, I think. Oh, that's price per gallon. He is one little fucking creep on his way to speech on stage, gets sniffed little girl's hair. Yep, basically. Yep. He's just gross. And there's a woman named what's her name? I follow her on Twitter. I can't think of her name at the moment. She's trying to sue Biden for raping her, finger banging her, basically. She was an intern years and years ago when he was vice president, I think. Or maybe he's a senator, I can't remember. Naked Caleb on live. Ha, yeah. Yeah, don't y'all wish. Cassie Renner. Oh my God, I actually caught a live. Hello, Cassie. I think I've seen your name in the comments, but I don't think I remember seeing you in the live. So I'm glad you caught one. Cool. Thanks. Caleb, Wednesday is a show on Netflix about Wednesday Addams. Yeah, I actually started watching that. It's just not my thing. I see why people like it. I do like her attitude. Actually, I kind of like it. It's just, I may try it again. And I know it's really, really popular, and maybe I just didn't give it enough of a chance. But oh well. Richard Carr, would you ever consider doing a video on the glamorization of? Where's the rest of that? of narcissistic and sociopathic parents in mainstream media. Sorry about the accent. That's okay. Yeah. If I was going to, again, it's kind of like with my opinions. I've got life experience, but I'm not a doctor. I'm not highly professionally educated on stuff. I would have somebody on who was. I would have that. You know, if I wasn't already damn near an hour and a half into this, I'd give the link to go live with me if y'all are. Is anybody here? Would anybody want to come on? I did this back in the podcast days. Would anybody want to come on live? I gave the link out in the description. I've done it before. Got one really weird dude. Red Squirrel, man. I still remember the Crank My Cat videos, man. Those were the good old days. Yep. That's still my address, my email address. crankmycat@gmail.com. Yeah, they're still up. A couple of them. There's one or two. I left them up. Just some of them were like corny as hell, but I left some of them up. What's the deal with the driver's ed and extremely graphic videos? I saw a whole body today. There has to be a law against that. I have no idea what you're talking about. Driver's ed? I guess that's what's popping up on your stuff. Glenn Maxwell just got the stream. Caleb, what's the diet? Well, I talked about that an hour ago, but it's real simple. It's nothing flashy. I eat chicken and I eat lots of beef, and I eat broccoli and squash and potatoes, and sometimes I'll have oatmeal. Sometimes I'll put chocolate in my chocolate morsels and peanut butter powder in my oatmeal, and that's really about it. Just simple vegetables, simple meat. Just keep it to a normal portion. Make sure your protein is. I personally do about 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight a day. Sometimes I don't get there, but usually I do. Yep, Crank My Cat. For realio, man. For realio. That I made that years and years ago. Back in the day, I've had that since 2007, I think, is my email. Back in the day, there's TV shows called Pimp My Ride and Trick My Truck. And me being an independent Caterpillar guy, I just thought, I'll be really ingenious, and I'll just say, Pimp my ride, trick my truck, crank my cat, or. What did you do to the 14-year-old kid? Amanda Rath. Which one? I've had 4 14-year-olds at one point. That was a long time ago when they were 14. Richard Carday, I see in the shows like Modern Family and The Dietary, as well as others. About the narcissism? Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people talk about narcissism. Are you Christian? Nope. Jacob Pence, I am not. I used to be. I was for about 35 years of my life. And then if you want to watch a man lose his religion, I caught mine on camera. Watch, not the Parker movie, but Parker versus the Man. My second most popular video when Parker was stolen from me. That day, it was demonstrated to me that if there is a God, he is not a benevolent God. In fact, he's a fucking asshole for doing not what he did just to me, but to a child, 14-year-old. No, and those are all Christian people. They all went to church. All the judges, cops, lawyers, they all went to church together. We all knew each other by proxy. And if that's what a Christianity is, fuck that shit. Hell no. So, Diet Kite, you love to eat oatmeal for breakfast. Awesome. I see. That's just it. I don't go by breakfast foods. Sometimes I'll eat my oatmeal again, but here, I'll just get it real quick. I'll cook my protein oatmeal, that Kodiak brand, and then I'll add this powdered peanut butter. And then here's the brand name, the brand style, PB Fit. I've never tried this one's chocolate in it. I love Reese's. I don't eat them much, but I love them. And I love peanuts. The cool thing about peanut powder is you get all the benefits with the protein, everything and the taste of peanuts without all the oil. They take all the oil out. And what did we learn at the beginning of this? Oil is packed with calories. So have you seen a UFO? I think I have. Hayden and I saw one. I think it was a UFO. I think UFOs are real. If not, it's highly likely they're real. I'm not even convinced. I have a theory that humans are not even originally from planet Earth. We're just so vastly different than every other species on Earth. Richard Carter, you have to know a little bit about how to read visual art in medium like film and television, as well as know a little bit about human psychology, but don't have to be full-on psychologist. I mean, to talk about it? I mean, yeah, I can. Again, I would, if I'm going to talk about it like that, I would rather have, a real expert, someone who's gone to school, and then I can give, my testimony about, I experienced that part. I know exactly what you're talking about. Cassie Renner, organized religion is a joke. Amen, Sister Cassie. Amen. It's a con. It's a device used to control weak minds and squeeze even more money out of you. I haven't gotten around to read the books, but I've grown up on Harry Potter movies, so Parker Arts, my favorite movie. Parker Arts, I'm not sure what my favorite movie is Goblet of Fire. Yeah. I will one day read the Harry Potter books. Oh, you should. Harry Potter books the movies tell an amazing story. If you want to get even more amazed of more Harry Potter-y things, read the books. Because especially now that you've seen the movies, you can imagine, you'll see the differences. If you've got this imagination like I've got, it's just amazing. I just now finished the Order of the Phoenix last week, and it's just amazing. Dana Blackwell, I saw one. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Parker Arts is a person here. Okay, no, absolutely not. My mother my mother's the same way as Parker's mom. She pulled that exact ordeal, except blamed me so she could stay with her abusive husband because he was the good guy. There is no God. Amen. Yeah. Again, there may well said. I'm sorry you had to go through that. There may be a God. I cannot prove there's no God. That's why I'm not an atheist. But I'm most definitely agnostic because I just don't know. I haven't seen any proof that there is a loving God. And it's just so funny with the religious people that get on to me for saying stuff like that, threaten me with going to hell like it's been done my entire fucking life. I'm in eternal hell damnation where I'm going to suffer. I know. You don't have to threaten me with it anymore. It doesn't work anymore because I don't believe you. But why is it with these religious people that everything good that happens in their life is praise Jesus and praise the Lord, thank God, but every time something horrible and rotten, disgusting, deplorable, nasty, earthquakes, floods, people falling out of buildings, mass shootings, why is it never blame God? Why does he get all the credit for everything good and never gets any blame for anything bad? That sounds to me the way a narcissist how they believe. With a narcissist, nothing bad is their fault. And everything bad is your fault or somebody else's fault. And when there's something good, you should praise them. You should acknowledge their good feats for what they sacrificed in order to do this good deed. And if you don't, you're a bad person, and they'll be sure to make you feel that way. So the way most people treat God is the way I see of what a fucking narcissist, how they behave. Dana Blackwell, do you like Harry Potter? Hello. Dana Blackwell, do I love Harry Potter? I've got the whole got the whole damn book collection right here. Yes, ma'am, I do. Sir, Dana, I guess that could be either way. I'm not sure. Yes, person, I do. Joe McKay. What did you do with Parker? Why are y'all asking these? What am I supposed to say that? What did I do with Parker? When? Now? Last year? Year before last? 10 years ago? When he was born? When I cut his umbilical cord? I don't know what that means. What did I do with Parker? He's 24 years old, or 23. He's about to be 24 years old. He's a grown man. I mean, we talk not every day, but once a week, every couple of weeks. When he's busy, he works, and if he's busy, we don't talk sometimes. But I don't know what y'all mean when y'all say that. Lauren Kim, have you heard of Fuel for Fire? I have not. They are protein-packed smoothies that are good for after work. I thought you were going to say it was a movie. I was thinking, what movie's Fuel for Fire? No, I haven't. They're protein-packed smoothies that are good for after work. I have not. No, but I'll look at them. Again, I'm not shitting on packaged stuff. I mean, hello. I mean, I've got some packaged stuff. I'm just saying with packaged stuff, don't think if you're new to this or ignorant to what it, and ignorant just means I don't know it. I'm not calling a name, anybody, not you, Lauren Kim, anybody. I was ignorant for the longest time. I'm just saying, don't think you can just go buy, magic prepackaged things and everything's going to magically make you have a jacked, ripped body, because it doesn't work that way. Again, there's nothing wrong with certain packaged food. I just try to stay as fresh as I can. Like the broccoli I cook, it's just a whole thing of broccoli. I don't buy it all frozen. I mean, nothing wrong with frozen, but the least amount of processing, the better for me personally. Parker's no, absolutely. Oh, heck, I already wrote that one. Oh my goodness. Jonathan, I seen one at age 10. Believe me, this huge. Are you talking about a UFO? This huge light, bright as day, maneuvering across my backyard. Once I saw 5. Sorry, I'm a grammar Nazi. I saw 5 red lights one time on the 4th of July, and trust they float. They didn't explode. Oh. Okay, so you think it was a UFO and not a firecracker? Yeah, Hayden and I, or no, it wasn't Hayden. It was Blaine and I. We were driving back from after the kids moved to Houston. We were driving back to Odessa one time. It was broad daylight, and it was like clear blue sky, completely clear blue sky, and all of a sudden this flash of, I thought it was a cloud. This cloud appeared, and it just took off, and it hovered there. It just appeared out of nowhere, and I wouldn't say realistically it wasn't there 3-4 seconds, but it was enough to like, how did that cloud get there? Because it looked just like a cloud. It was 100% pure blue sky, and then all of a sudden it was just a cloud. It looked like a tiny little white cloud, and then it went, it was gone. That was the only time I'd ever seen one. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. Are you still close to Parker? Yep. Sure am. Still real close to him. Richard Carr, there are good calories in bad calories. Natural cooking oils like olive oil have good calories. No, calories are just calories. There's just too many calories is bad for you, unless you're like doing what I'm about to do and go hiking. But no, there's bad chemicals within food, but I mean, calories are just calories. They either have protein or they don't. They're either carbohydrates or they're not. The bad part is like with sugar. The bad part is not sugar itself. It's just how much do you eat? Is that all you eat is Twinkies and ding dongs? And if it is, yeah, you're going to have a bad time. Get sick. Dana Blackwell, do you know Fortnite kids? No. My kids used to play Fortnite, but I don't know what Fortnite Kids is. Jacob Pence, the Christian faith is not about taking money from you. It is just the false rich pastors with mansions using scripture in a way to steal money from the people. Well, I know what the Bible says about the Christian faith. And to me, most people I know have not a clue what they profess. Since they are the Christians, they don't have apparently the way they live their life, they don't have a clue what the actual teachings of Christ were. I've studied the teachings of Christ. I actually admire the teachings of Christ. But the vast majority of so-called Christians don't act the way Jesus said to behave. So what's the point? They're all acting like just fucking assholes, but by golly, they're going to heaven and I'm going to hell. I'm okay with that. So, yes. Yeah, he did. Parker called in and interrupted. And he did. Yeah. Little shit. Dietary, no, there is a God, but he leaves it up to us to choose how we see life. How do you know it's a he? I'm just curious. How do you know God's not a woman? How do you know God's not a black woman or a Hispanic woman? Maybe. We don't know. Maybe God isn't a he at all, or a she. It's just funny how, especially in Texas, you go down the Alamo, the wax museum across from the street from Alamo. There really is a white Jesus at the wax museum, or there was 9 years ago when I went. Jesus is white. Jesus had blue eyes at the wax museum. Pretty crazy stuff considering he's from the Middle East. Are you still close to Parker, by the way? Hello from Greece. Hello, person's name I can't pronounce from Greece. Yes, I'm very close to him. I just don't talk about him, his personal life. Other than say he's a professional horse trainer in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. He's doing great. I just don't talk about it. But about his personal life. But yeah, we're real close. Money. We live by ourselves. Don't know what that means. Richard Carte or Carte. To notice it and how they're presenting a piece of film or television. It's all about the lighting, what kind of camera angles they're using, what kind of ambience, etc. Oh, I'm not sure. That's why I hate getting behind, because apparently you made that comment quite a long time ago and I'm just way behind, and I'm sorry. Jonathan, brother, I'll tell you the truth. Since 2018, the news been talking about after 50 years, the Pentagon decided to tell the world that UFO exists. Then 2022, the House Intelligence had a meeting live. Yeah, the world is so fucked up right now that the government has come out, of course, we know all how trusty they are, and told us, yes, that UFOs are real, and nobody cared. Nobody paid attention. There's no big deal about it. Not much of a deal. That's how screwed up this society is. Connor Fox, I like it how in the court video, Parker said, "Are you having a good day? Because I'm not." I couldn't stop laughing. Yep. I do remember that. I've talked about this before and I've made a video about it, but if you would like to know what led up to Parker, I suspect anyways, him behaving like the way he did, the slow walk, the civil disobedience, standing up for himself. We met one of the founders, one of the co-creators of the original, back in the 60s, the Black Panther Party. And his name is Bobby Seale. And I think Bobby's still alive. But we got to see Bobby Seale give a speech at a police accountability summit held down in Austin by some friends of mine. There's probably 300 or 400 people there, maybe 500. There's quite a few people there. And he was going to be talking to people afterwards. So I chipped in a little extra money to help with his expenses. And we got to meet him. The very next day was a Monday, and that's when we had court. We drove our happy asses back to Odessa, and that's the very next day after reading a real pioneer from the 60s era, the civil rights era, the epitome, the turning point of the civil rights in this country, one of the founders, the Bobby Seale. We got to meet him. In fact, if you watch Parker versus the Band at the very end, I've made a video about that as well. Parker versus the Man Revisited, and I talk about this, where you see a collage of all the different places and just pictures that I took. It's just me and the kids. And I included a picture of me and Parker and Bobby Seale. And I was told before I released it that I should not do that because I'm already a polarizing figure, and you bring in the Black Panthers and people just assume that it's this new modern Black Panther bullshit. No, this is the original Black Panther Party, and if you're not familiar with the original Black Panther Party, what they're all about, find a non-biased historical document of some kind to study what they're all about. In fact, you can go watch Bobby Seale himself in his own words. You can find that speech that we were at, and you'll see what he's all about. It is not what the perception of people think that the new Black Panther Party is today. So like Forrest Gump, when he says, and you remember that part in Forrest Gump, he says, "Sorry, I ruined your Black Panther Party." I said it just like him, didn't I? That was the Black Panther Party Forrest Gump was talking about, that Tom Hanks was talking about. The Black Panther Party, the founder, Bobby Seale, that's who Parker and I met. And that's who I believe influenced him to get him. That's why he engaged in civil disobedience. Parker's doing well. Report back to Pentagon. They're supposed to tell the Congress and news. Are you talking about UFOs? Parker Arts. We were too busy trying to break into Area 51. There's people that did that. I think they got like big people trouble for breaking into Area 51. I wouldn't be surprised if there's actually really nothing there. The government threatens us with life in prison if we try to break in to make us think there's something in it they're hiding, but who knows? Maybe there's actually nothing in there. I have no idea. Kite. I'm so annoyed by people asking about Parker too much when Caleb is the host of this channel. It's harsh to see Caleb forcefully talking about his son. I know I wouldn't love people talking about my son. It does get old, but at the same time, I have to remember that there's new people here all the time, and they simply don't know. I just don't go into it long enough. If you really want to know how Parker is, I made a video called "How's Parker? How the Kids?" and I go into a little more detail. Great Forrest Gump impression. I did do it, didn't I? I didn't even realize it. And with the way I had my headphones, what did I just say? Oh yeah, sorry, ruined your Black Panther Party. Yeah, I kind of sound like Forrest Gump. Mama always said life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. I am Southern. I'm not his kind of Southern, but I am Southern. You can do it for Forrest Gump impression 10-10. Yeah, I wasn't bad. Speaking of, accusation was one. I don't know what that means. I need a video editor. How many of you, I'm going to put this. I'm not bad, huh? Lauren Kim, you got to admit, I'm pretty good. I play a pretty good dummy, do I? I'm not. Oops. I play a pretty good dummy. Imagine that. The Notorious Plaid plays a fucking moron. I'm gonna put this in the comments. Hang on. Yo necesito a professional video editor. Email me if you are interested. Cat. Damn it. I gotta get glasses. And send and highlight. Are you a videographer? Are you a video editor? I'm not talking and I'm not looking for someone who's edited a couple videos and kind of sort of, henpecks. I want the Hoist Gracie of video editing. I want somebody, the Pele. Oh, Pele died. Y'all hear about that? 80-something years old. All the good ones are leaving us. I want the best. I need somebody that's, what I'm getting at is I need someone who's a video editor who really understands it. Not someone who just kind of gets around. Someone who can just, I can send them raw footage like of this podcast, and they just know what to do. They go click, 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 click. They add the effects. They cut this out. They know how to. It's like second nature. If you are that type of video editor, let me or send me an email if you're interested. What I'm looking for is somebody who can take, like, for instance, this podcast. They can download this podcast, watch it or watch parts of it. And when I'm, talking about mountain climbing or whatever, reference other mountain climbers, or even my own video where I'm mountain climbing, or go in, I brought up, the Parker did this, blah, blah, blah. They can go quickly. They know how to just real quick go over to Parker versus the Man. They've seen it. They go in there, pull out that part. Oh yeah, this is what Caleb's talking about. Oh, here's that picture. If you look, and you'll zoom in on the date of that it published with with him and Bobby Seale, or me and my child support letter being 0. Someone that knows how to put all that stuff together really quickly, because I want to get into shorts is a big thing. I need to promote this channel on this channel and on Instagram and Facebook, even though I can't stand Facebook. That's not the point. I need a video editor that is very good at editing. That it'd be nice if you already kind of knew my story. That way, everything I talk about, you don't have to go look up everything. If you're interested in that, email me and send me some examples of stuff you've done, and give me a ballpark. I don't have to have a firm, like, hard number. Just give me I don't know if you do it by the job, by the hour. Just give me a ballpark. I don't have an infinite budget, but I've got a little bit of a budget. And if I find somebody that I like and actually start making this channel grow, again, I've got over 500,000 subscribers, and y'all can see right there, 24, 25 people in here. I would think I would have significantly more of that, or I'm just an absolutely awful, terrible YouTuber. And that may be the case. But I'm thinking I need to promote my channel a little bit more, and I'm going to have some help. And that's why I want the best of the best. If you are a jobber, a video editor, someone you just, what's the word I'm looking at? Entrepreneurial. What's the word? Freelancer. If you're a freelancer and that's your thing, like, hell yeah, I've known your story. I hadn't seen all your stuff, Caleb, but I've seen some of it. Fuck yeah, I do it all the time. I do video editing, blah, 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 blah. Send me your resume, or not resume, just some examples of, show me what you've done. Give me an idea of how much you charge, and maybe we can make a go at it. I'd love to. Jonathan at Red Squirrel, I'm sorry, my comment disappeared. A man on TikTok video, a site from Las Vegas. Red lights and white lights up in the sky. Y'all are having a conversation, sorry. Try and get a green screen, Caleb. I actually bought one. It's in Okeechobee. I'm about to be not here and even have it. All this is going in storage. I'm about to be going live the old school way from my phone again, if I actually decide to do the Appalachian Trail starting next month. Sorry, Daka, I can edit for you. I'm really good at it. I had many formations. I can do it for you. Email me, man, chick, whichever. Forgive me, I can't tell. Your first name, it could be either person. Email me. Show me some examples of videos you've made, and give me a ballpark price, and maybe we can make something work out. Good, I'll do that. Perfect. Hell yeah. Jonathan, what do you think about the Bermuda Triangle? I think it's awesome. It sinks ships and takes down airplanes, and it's just a big mystery. I don't know a lot about it. I know there's a lot of weird shit that happens, and I'm fascinated by weird shit. I like the unexplained. I believe it or not, as an agnostic, I do enjoy talking about the ideas of gods and unknowns. Area 51, the Bermuda Triangle. I enjoy talking about that stuff. Laundering money in Ukraine. Yeah, I like talking about these crazy conspiracies. Jesus fucking Christ. Richard Cart, sounds like you want the kind of people that Stanley Kubrick worked with. Yeah, I need the guy that Stanley Kubrick. He didn't even make that documentary about the fake moon landing. Isn't that guy? Kaylee made me laugh choking on my food describing the Bermuda Triangle. I don't know why. I'm just me. There's weird shit happened there. Ban the boat Wicca? Not sure what I mean. 70. Hi, Caleb. I'm a professional video editor on Twitter with a bunch of examples on my profile and bio. My portfolio is all there. And if you have a Twitter yourself, reach out to me and we can talk more. Hell yeah. I assume 70. Is that your name on Twitter as well? Follow me on Twitter and I'll follow back and send me private message me some of your stuff. If you are who or do what you are, what you say you are, give me a price. And if we can make it a go and you're can make this shit roll, hell yeah, let's make some business, man. Parker Arts, we got a bot offering love. Yeah, it's fucking, like I said, I only got 22 people in there, man. I got a bot. I don't know why. My handle is creator sad ghosty 8. All right, cool. Creator sad, got you, man, right there. All right, cool. I'll as soon as I get up here, I'll just do it right now. That'd be kind of cool. Live. Let's see. Open. Creator advocate. Oh, advocate. Creator advocate. Okay, follow back. All right, dude. Yeah, just followed you. All right. I'll look tonight or tomorrow. Message me some examples of your stuff, man. Hell yeah. Dana Blackwell, what's up? I'm probably about to get off here as I'm pushing 2 hours. I hadn't done this. Dana Blackwell, you're the best YouTuber ever. I don't think so. You're very kind, Dana Blackwell, but the numbers up here, 23. I got a whopping 23 people in here right now. And for somebody who's got over 500,000 subscribers, apparently I'm not the greatest, but you're very kind. Thank you. Lauren Kim, I'm sending you an email now. I'm a professional editor and can help. Boom! Hell yeah! And Lauren Kim's also a member on this channel. Hell yeah, that'd be a hell of a, if we could, hell yeah, let's do it, Lauren Kim. I'm kind of hoping to get someone like this. Lauren Kim, she became a member like, I don't know, a week or two ago, or like it's last week. So if you become a member, it's probably because you've already seen a bunch of my content. You probably already have a pretty good idea of what kind of person I am, my sarcasm, where I sit on, politics. She's already, and if you happen to be a video, see, that's what I was talking about. Somebody who already kind of happens to know at least the basics of my story. And if you're any good, by golly, Lauren Kim, I make money off of you from you being a member here, and you'll make money off of me. Just tell me your price, and if it's something I think I can work with and I can make a profit on my channel when they start going, when I put them on live, maybe whoever I pick, if it's we'll put your name in there somewhere in the credits, or I don't know how that works, but hell yeah, let's get business going. I'm a capitalist and I want to get the business going. Parker Arts, I'm headed out, but seriously, though, editing is a part of YouTube, and any art actually is why YouTubers like Markiplier are so huge. Yeah, I actually know who Markiplier is. I'm not anywhere near that big, but I'd like to at least try. I'd try to be. Mid-South Transportation. Are you in a hotel room? Yep, sure am. I live here. After this, once I'm out here, I'll be homeless again. I've already been homeless before, and it's not as scary as I thought it was going to be. But once I get on the Appalachian Trail, I'll have all my shit in storage, but yeah, I'll be homeless again for about 5 to 7 months, going along the trail all the way to Maine. But the cool thing about that is I'll be tough as nails, and you don't pay any taxes or nothing because you don't live anywhere. I'll buy food, but that's about it. Yep, the job pays for my hotel until Tuesday, and that's my last day. And then I ain't staying there no more. Oops. Dorian Mabry. I have to get going. I'll see you later. Take care, Dorian. It's good to see you again. I'm about to get off too. It's kind of late. Yeah, we're right at 2 hours. Can you say nope? I want, and that's how you get blocked. Block user. Yeah, you know, act like a dickhead and try to get me to say something stupid, and then I don't have many people on here right now, but nope, you just how you get blocked. You act like a dumbass. I'm out of here, kiddies. It's 2 hours in. Thanks so much. Thank you specifically to Wicca and my other moderators. I don't think any other Miss Mary wasn't here. Dwayne wasn't here. To my members, the only member I saw was where the hell did she go? Yeah, Lauren Kim. That's the only member I saw today. Big thanks to my members. I don't know when I'll be back. My last day in this hotel room is Tuesday, or Monday, or probably Monday night. I got to check out Tuesday morning, so I'll probably go live again before I check out of here, just because it's going to be a while. And I won't have the setup, but I'll be going live from my phone, and I'll have made a decision by then on where I'm going to go, and I will let everybody know where I'm at, where I'm headed. I might be headed through a town near you. If you're somewhere between, I can say it now where I'm at. I am in and have been in Cheyenne, Wyoming. If somewhere between Cheyenne, Wyoming, and Springer Mountain, northern Georgia, within the next week or 2 or 3, I'm going to be slowly making my way across there. Maybe we'll bump into each other. Maybe we'll have lunch or something. So maybe I'll crash at somebody's house. Who knows? Just to save a dime and get to know some people. So consider not hitting your cheer-ins, and I'll see you in a couple days.